This is nature. Nature has an incredible gift, and it is the gift to conquer every obstacle. Nature has the ability to heal itself, to overcome everything that is put in front of it. And if you leave nature alone, it will keep on expanding and expanding and expanding. What gives nature this incredible gift? But it is its ability to grow. Nature does not stay the same, but it keeps on growing from a little seed to a gigantic tree, from a little plant to tall grass like this. And this is what a growth mindset is all about. It is about the ability to keep on growing, to keep on conquering, to keep on overcoming every obstacle. This is a rock. A rock is part of nature, but it's not like nature. You see, a rock doesn't have the ability or the gift to keep on growing. If you take this rock and you put it down somewhere and no external forces are working upon the rock, then the chances are that you'll find that rock in the same place days, weeks, months, even years later will be 100%. And this is because rocks have no need to change. They have no desire to adapt or to grow or to be added to. They do not receive, they do not take anything in, they just stay the same. Very much like a fixed mindset. In certain areas of our lives, we can be like a rock and we can have fixed mindsets where we refuse to grow and to change. So when thinking about fixed mindsets and growth mindsets, what is it that causes people to have a fixed mindset? What is it that gives us this inability to grow and to adapt and an unwillingness to change? But isn't it our inability to receive, our lack of desire for change, our lack of motivation, our short-sightedness in our lives, not willing to see that there is a possibility of more, not willing to acknowledge that it is very possible for us to be wrong? When we start to acknowledge that, in fact, it is very possible for us to be wrong, then we open up to the plausibility that maybe, just maybe, there is something that I can learn and grow from in this situation. So what if you realize that you have been stuck with a fixed mindset? What should you do about it? What can you do about it? This is a very tricky question, and probably the question that everybody's asking themselves. Okay, well, great, now I know I have a fixed mindset, but what am I supposed to do about it? Once again, I'll use the example of nature. What does nature do in order to enable it to keep on growing? It keeps on receiving. The only thing that keeps nature growing is its ability to keep on receiving. If nature does not receive, it is unable to grow. That is why if you don't give it something to receive, then it has nothing to grow with. And it's the very same thing with us. When you realize you have a fixed mindset, the thing that you have to do is not to work harder on yourself or to try to change yourself, but it is to open up yourself for change, to open up yourself and to be able to receive, and also to put yourself in an environment where there are things to receive. Just like a tree planted by the waters, as we can read in the Bible in Psalm 1, when a tree is planted in the right place, when a plant or nature is around the right environments, it will start receiving, and in receiving, it will start growing. And this is what we need to do when we realize that change is necessary in our lives. is that we need to put ourselves in a place and in an environment where we can start receiving. What are you receiving? Where are you receiving from? Whom are you receiving from? These are the questions that you should ask yourself. And when you can answer these questions, and when you know that the environment is absolutely right for you to receive the right kind of things, that's when change starts to happen, because that's when you start to grow. There's an old saying that says, show me the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and I will tell you who you are. Who are you receiving from? That might just be why you have a fixed mindset and not a mindset of growth. Fixed mindsets can be extremely damaging to our lives. And even though we do require some form of fixed mindsets in our lives, it's very important that we deal with them when we notice them. Going back to our analogy about rocks, if you don't work on your mindset, the same thing will happen to you as this rock. That rock is going to stay there for probably years to come. In this area, there's not much that changes about the rocks, but the nature will keep on growing. However, this rock that we just put there is not going to move. And it's the same thing in your life. If you continue to have a fixed mindset in areas where you actually should be growing, in 5 years, in 10 years from now, we will find you in the same place, in the same state. And that is why it is important for us to change our mindsets, to grow, to keep on overcoming, to keep on challenging ourselves, to keep on receiving from the right sources. So just like nature, we are able to overcome every challenge that is set before us. My name is Gerald. Until the next one, goodbye.